Okay, guys, so when you can see Peter's screen, just like leave something in the something in the question box there. Yep, everyone can see. Awesome.
Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's nice. It's really nice to be back here again under the Elite Earners webinar training. It's a privilege for me to be here, and I really love doing things like this, sharing what I know. And it's really good to also see that we have 156 people sign in right now out of the 1,000. That is the max that we can take. Can you guys just double check to see whether you can see my screen with the little robots and hear me? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they can all see. So
All
yeah,
right,
I think
cool.
we're ready to go. Awesome.
All right, let's just start. Let me hide the control first. Okay. Well, like I say, it's a privilege for me to be here today to talk about Facebook Messenger marketing, and this is my probably my third outings under the Elite Earners webinar training, and it's really a privilege for me. And well, it's not running. Okay, well, the first thing I just want to quickly go through who I am, a little bit of my profile. This is just a single slide because if you have followed me before, you know a little bit about my background, so I don't want to take too much time. The important thing is I started in March 2017, so this is my 11th month. Next month is going to be my full year, and I have some good results out of a mentorship. Okay, and without the mentorship, I wouldn't have hit the results that I had, and that has gotten me to my success faster than if I were to do it on my own. So mentorship is important, if you ask me. And the other thing that I also wanted to highlight is that. Um, it's about the tuition reimbursement, right? So I hit my silver tuition reimbursement on the fourth month and titanium tuition reimbursement on my fifth, and I've gotten my check during the last supercharge summit in Sydney, and that should be one of all of our ROI objective. Okay, so I'm also going to be going to Hong Kong, and I'm hoping to also see if you guys can join us in the Supercharge Summit in Hong Kong. Please do that. I believe I'm going to see David as well. Okay, let's get into the thick of the content. Facebook Messenger marketing, and what is Facebook Messenger marketing? And the big boys, the experts, and the gurus are all saying that it is the next big wave for marketers. It is all of a sudden it has gotten some attention back in 2017, which is just as early as last year, and 2018 is probably going to be the year that is going to break out really fast. Um, if you look at the overall scheme of things, this is Facebook Messenger marketing is at its infancy. You look at Facebook ads, it's pretty much a teenager. Messenger marketing is like an infant. Okay, it's brand new. A lot of things are still changing, and I'm going into a lot of the details later on. Okay, so where are we right now about when we talk about the internet, right? Social media and instant messaging are the biggest things that we're living with. It's basically the state of the internet that we are in. It's not anything different from the internet itself. If you remember back when the internet started in 1990s, that is pretty much like Web 1.0 or the World Wide Web, they call it. And then it transitioned into the next stage, which is known as the Web 2.0. Nowadays, if you ask me, the state of the internet is social media and instant messaging, basically social media. What that means is that this is practically Web 3.0, okay? But we don't call that Web 3.0 because we basically has grown into the state of the internet where we are comfortable at with social media. That's why we have so many people on social media right now. The definition of messenger marketing is basically it's all about respect marketing. It's all about building a relationship. It's all about automation, using AI to automate certain responses or certain services that we can provide rather than doing everything manually. It's also a communication touch point. You know, we have so many touch points that we can use. For instance, we can give them a call. We can find them face to face and say hi, have a cup of coffee. We can email them. We can find them on Facebook Messenger and just send them a text or one on WhatsApp or Instagram or on Twitter. So these are all communication touch points. Facebook Messenger is just becoming a very relevant and very important messaging platform for us to reach out to each other. Okay, and it also provides a level of user experience that is unique, that is different from everything else that we have gone through before. For instance, if you compare to email marketing, it is more relevant platform for us to communicate with each other nowadays. Okay, now messenger marketing is all about extending the power of Facebook Messenger. It's nothing more than Facebook allowing us to use its messenger platform to as basically as a marketing platform. Okay, previously Facebook doesn't allow us to do that, but since last year it has started to do some testing, and it becomes apparent that it is an important platform. And they are Facebook makes a lot of changes all the time. And if you notice that previously, when you create Facebook ads, you can create many levels of campaigns, many different types of campaigns. Like for instance, you can choose conversions, you can choose leads, traffics, things like that. And messages has become one of the new campaign objective that we can make use of, and Facebook allows us to do that right now. So it's basically letting us extend the power of Facebook Messenger as a marketing platform, which is good for us, and it is also good as a user experience, because what Facebook does is basically creating a good user experience for their user base, and they wanted to have a level of stickiness for the users, so that who their Facebook user base will stick around within the Facebook platform longer. Okay, messaging as a platform has been getting really, really hot and really, really big. It started off many, many years ago when Microsoft bought Skype. Okay, and Facebook didn't manage to buy Skype. Microsoft won that bid. And if you still don't know that Facebook also owned WhatsApp, which is another huge messaging platform, and although it's not implemented widely yet, but Facebook is testing WhatsApp as an additional messaging platform for Facebook, including for Facebook ads as well. Okay, they're doing testing in several markets right now, but it hasn't fully been implemented yet. So watch out for that. And definitely, Facebook messaging as a platform, as a messaging platform, is what Facebook is focusing on right now. Comparing to email, this is how effective it is. Email marketing is when we send an email as a follow-up to someone who opt in or subscribe to whatever we are giving out as a value. It can be for an exchange of a video or on an ebook or a lead magnet or anything that we are giving out. And the user gives us in exchange the name and their contact mobile number, for instance, or even just an email address. Okay, so we follow up with email marketing, and email marketing hasn't been working too well because, as you know, a lot of the communication has gone into spam folders, and people has been um, immune to getting emails from marketers. It's very much like when banner ads first started. Everybody clicks on banner ads because it's flashy, it's nice, it's colorful. People get distracted by banner ads, and they start clicking and find out more about what the banner ads are all about. As time goes by, they develop something called the banner blindness, which means they pretty much um, switch off to banner ads. So banner ads hasn't been working too well unless you are doing retargeting uh, with a very specific and effective website. Okay, so we are talking about email marketing, and email marketing has been getting a very low conversion rate. I'm sorry, not conversion rate, but rather open rates, and an even smaller click-through rate. What I mean by open rate is that when you send an email, people need to click on that email to open it to read it. That's an open rate. And when they read something, there will be links that we provided in the email message. And if they click on the link to go through the page or wherever we wanted to redirect them, that's a click-through rate. Okay, the industry standard right now is 0 to 30% open rate and 1 to 3% click-through rate. Whereas if you compare to something that a chatbot can offer or a messaging platform can offer is huge. The difference is huge. 80 to 100% open, 55 to 75% click through. And this is basically what we wanted to do when we do marketing. We want to get the attention. We want them to open our communications. We want them to click through to our offer. And it has been shown that Messenger chatbot works a lot better than email marketing. Okay, now before I go into the details of Messenger marketing, very important um, area that we should all look at is self-awareness. It's all about us taking the time to audit ourselves, to know what we are good at, to identify our area of genius, to know what is our passion, to know what is our strength and our weaknesses. Because you know what? You do have options. We are not stuck with Facebook ads. We are not stuck with YouTube. We are not stuck with messenger marketing. Okay, we have options. It means that whenever someone talks to us about, okay, like for instance, I'm talking to you about messenger marketing. Messenger marketing may not be appropriate for you. There are a lot of people in MOB right now who has joined, and MOB has grown tremendously, and a lot of people are making headlines, getting attention for getting up in the leaderboards and making a lot of money through Facebook ads. But also know that Facebook ads may not be for you. Okay, because you got to know what you're good at and what you're passionate about. Because at the end of the day, we need to be able to wake up every morning and look forward to do the same thing over and over and over again. That is the only way to sustain your business, your entrepreneurship. Okay. Otherwise, if learning Facebook ads is a stretch for you because you're just not technical, you're a people person, you just don't feel like learning Facebook ads, then it will be a stretch for you. It will be a struggle for you to wake up every day to learn about Facebook ads. Okay, I'm not saying that Facebook ads is not important and it's not effective. It is. Sooner or later, we all need to learn about that. But as a start, as a beginner, when you first start the business, look at what you are good at, look at what you're passionate about. For instance, let's talk about Chanai Hun. Chanai Hun is a people person. She does only warm market. She doesn't spend a single cent in any paid advertising, especially Facebook ads. She is good at one-to-one, building relationship and building a business of over 200, over 1,000 without spending a single cent in advertising. And that's huge because she knows what she's good at and she's just doubling down on that. Okay, so it's the same for Fiza Sangul. Fiza Sangul doesn't spend money on Facebook ads as well, and all he does is share his journey on his profile page. Facebook profile page. It's just about sharing. And you will also hear that a lot of times that people spend a lot of money on solo ads, and solo ad doesn't work. We have a lot of uh, vendors, solo ad vendors that are, uh, you know, bad apples. They are not real good people, and they try to scam our money. And it's just a solo ad doesn't work. It is not true, because if you look at Tim Donovan, he is that guy who made 16 over million with nothing but solo ads. So know that all these traffic channels works. It is just that whether it suits you, it resonates with you, or you have the personality to capitalize on that traffic or not. Okay, so we have options basically. Now, again, going a little bit deeper is uh, how we define shiny objects. Now, we have heard so many times that don't get distracted with shiny objects. Okay, Facebook ads is sexy because everybody makes a lot of money on Facebook ads. Messenger ads is even sexier because it's all about automation. Okay, it's the newest things in town. Facebook Live is also effective because it's using video, and we know that Facebook is trying to one up YouTube by putting the attention and the support on videos. And we have messenger chatbots, we have Instagram, we have Snapchat, all these traffic channels. Okay, going back to knowing what you're good at and what you're passionate about is more important than just jumping into all these traffic channels, because the first thing that you should try is capitalize on what you're good at. Otherwise, it's just shiny objects. So what I mean by that is just do practical and don't do romantic. Okay, romantic is what other people say is good. Romantic is what other people builds up as it is the most effective, and it is easy, and it is the best way to make money. It may not be true for you. It may be true for other people. It may just not be true for you. So there should always be a self-awareness. There should be always be an audit that you should do on yourself to see what you're good at. Like for instance, I have my downline who know for sure. Now these are one of the very few people who are clear on their strengths and weaknesses, the SWOT analysis, and their limitations. And for one of my downline was telling me that he is not going to touch Facebook ads simply because of his situation around him. It doesn't allow him to do Facebook ads, and he's not really that good with. Well, he's good technically, but he has decided he doesn't want to put his name out in the market because of his job. Okay, so it becomes very clear, and he is good at Bing ads and Google ads and stuff like that. So he's going to concentrate on that, and he will learn solo ads as well. So that's what I mean. Do what is practical for you. Don't force yourself to go into something that other people tells you that it is good. Okay. And when you fail, just know that you will fail. Everybody will fail. Just know that you will fail. Um, so when you fail, make sure that you fail forward. Okay. So what that means is that pick yourself up, carry on. Pick yourself up, carry on. Failure is your precursor to your success. And don't let that stop you. Okay, let's get into chatbot. Okay, chatbot is all about advanced automation strategy. And chatbots for Messenger, there are many platforms out there. Like for instance, ManyChat, ChatFuel, Bossify, Flows, XO, Beep, Bop, Motion AI. So all these are available to you. You can just do a Google search and check them out and see which one you would like to play with. You can just try a few of them. For me, I use ManyChat. Okay, so I'm going to use ManyChat as a platform to show you what is possible. And again, know that when I'm going into the topic of ManyChats, of chatbots and Facebook Messenger marketing, know that this may not be suitable for you because this is advanced. This is a little bit technical and a little bit geeky. For me and people like David, both of us are geeky people. So and based on my what I'm good at, I know what I'm good at. It's easy for me to pick this up. It's easy for me to implement something like this. Okay, but it will be a stretch for most other people because it is a little bit technical and it takes a learning curve. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you have to learn this. What's important, if you remember what I mentioned about shiny objects, don't get distracted by this chatbot thing. Learn from your coach, and if you have a mentor, great. Follow what your mentor and your coach tells you to do because they will teach you the basic of what you need to learn in order to start putting out campaigns and start making money. Do the basics foundation first. Once you begin to make money and you know that you have a successful formula that you can fall back on and you have time on your hand, then you can start looking at a little bit advanced techniques such as chatbots. Before that, please don't get distracted by what I'm going to show you now. Just look at this as what is possible. It's like proof of concept. Okay, it is exciting and it is to me it is fun because it allows me to automate a lot of my processes and allows me to reach out to people that I am unable to do so before. Okay, so just look at this as like a proof of concept of what's available to you in the future when you're ready. For now, if you are a beginner, don't try chatbots. Okay, the first thing I want to go through is what's available in a chatbot. Is what we call growth tools. Okay, now growth tools are what we can create within the chatbot. There's overlay widgets like the bar that drops down from the top of your landing page. All this can be integrated within your landing page that you built on your ClickFunnels. There's a slide in pop-up box, there's a page takeover, and there's a model. You can look at the screen and you can see how basically a representation of what it looks like. You can also create buttons that you can integrate within any web page, specifically your landing page on ClickFunnels. That when they click, it will automatically activate Facebook Messenger. Okay, and other growth tools are like you can also build landing page. The landing page can in fact replace ClickFunnels landing page. You can also use Facebook ads JSON, and JSON is basically is a pro feature. As if you can see there, there's a pro thing on top, and I will go through with you with screen capture and everything to show you where you use this JSON thing when you build your Facebook ads. Okay, there are many ways to implement or integrate a chatbot into a Facebook ads. This is just to empower your ads. Okay, the different levels of marketing using Facebook ads. Okay, growth tools. As you can see, these are the um, growth tools that I have created myself. Now I want to show you something different. As you can see, the conversion and the open rates and the click-through rates is high, right? But this is an old screen cap. Let me just show you my screen right now. This is the latest. If you can see, conversion rates has improved, open rates has improved to 100%, click-through rates has really improved up all the way to 75%. Okay, this is the latest stats from my manager account. Okay, so you can build many things over here. If you can see the 0, 1, 2, 3 is a difference. It's like it's modular. What I mean by modular is that I can build little snippets of sequences and I can combine them together by linking them together. Okay, and to become one. This is growth two. Now JSON is a flow. This is a sample flow of what when I build a JSON to be integrated within Facebook ads. This is how it looks like. Okay, only three simple messages. In fact, only two simple messages. This is what a JSON script looks like. Then don't worry about how the script looks like. All we need to do is just copy and paste, and it's all created for us automatically by the application. And this is the Facebook ads, the ad section. You know, when we create a Facebook campaign, we always start with the campaign tab where we create a campaign. And normally we were taught to use conversion. And in this case, we are using messages. And when the ad set part is the same, when we go to the AdWords section,
Try and get him back.
when we go to the AdWords section, we will be using JSON. And this section over here at the bottom is where we copy and paste the JSON script. Okay, and it will work. But of course, test first. Now, this is a sample screen that shows, we call it the flow builder. Okay, the flow builder is an alternative builder within ManyChat that allows me to create messages and linking them all by drag and drop. Okay, it's click, drag, drop. It's as simple as that, and type in the messages that we wanted to do. It also allows me to do a lot of custom tagging, and tagging is so important and so powerful. It is way more powerful than what I can do on Aweber. I find it hard to do tagging, segmenting, and grouping in Aweber, and it's really difficult for me to do follow-ups in terms of when people shows up as at an IMF event, those who didn't show up, those who showed up but did not buy, or those who bought. It's very difficult for me to manage that within Aweber, but it is super easy for me to manage within ManyChat. And the tagging is automated as well. Okay, so whenever we create a growth tool, that growth tool turns into a flow, which will go into this little folder on the left hand side, as you can see here. Is represented by this. These are all flows. Okay, the sequences that we have seen before, like this, these are all called flows. So I can also create a new flow to link to each other, to extend the usefulness of the automation that I can build. Okay, don't worry about that. You don't understand this so much. I'm just showing you how extensible, how modular, and how powerful the platform can be. Audience on ManyChat is pretty similar to mailing list. I don't need to use mailing list anymore if I don't want to, because you know what? Whenever someone opt in, I have them in my backend, as my audience, so I know who opted in. I know who completed the registration. I know who completed halfway of the registration, and I can also know where they are from. I can capture information such as their gender, their name, which is captured directly from Facebook. So a lot of information, even if they don't tell me, I can capture from Facebook itself, because after all, the platform that is integrated with is Facebook Messenger. Next is live chat on ManyChat. So what that means is, the sequences that we built is, like I mentioned before, is automation. It's all about us creating a user experience that that predicts their responses to our questions. So as it is automated, the conversation that is happening live, whether it's live or it's already happened, I can have a snapshot of what is happening from within the application itself, because I know where the conversation ends or stops at, and where that conversation has ended. So I know basically all these people who are my audiences and where they're at in terms of the conversation is flowing. And if they ask the questions that I did not build into the automation, I can quickly jump in and provide the answer. So that is how powerful it is. If you look at this right hand side over here, you can see the user tags. I have many level of tagging, so I know that they are tagging the IMF, they are from Auckland, and they have completed giving me the registration and things like that. So I can tag them any way I like. And going further, I can even collect manage custom fields. I can even collect information that Facebook Messenger by itself I'm not able to collect. For instance, the mobile, the session date. This is specifically for an IMF event where I'm using my chatbot to manage the full event registration completely without using ClickFunnels at all. So I need to capture all this information within ManyChat itself. So I need to collect like session timing, session date, mobile, email, and the city, so that I can follow up properly. Okay. Now the other thing is that what you're seeing here is the flow builder was what I've shown you before. This is the flow builder. All right, it's drag and drop. And over here, this is the basic builder. The basic builder is basically one section at a time, whereas it also on the right hand side, it gives you a preview of how it looks like on a mobile. Okay, and if you click on this button preview on the top, it will pushes the link to your mobile messenger, and from here you can actually test the full sequence of your chatbot and see how it works, and try to determine whether um, anything is broken, and you can fix it before you launch the chatbot. Okay, and this is a closer look at my single city registration bot. What I'm doing right now is I have built a registration chatbot that handles IMF registration, both for single city as well as multi-city. So like I say, I'm at the process right now that I'm completely replacing my ClickFunnels landing page as an opt-in. But I maintain that because you know what? It's all about taking advantage of each platform. ClickFunnels as a landing page is still important because I can put in a lot of information because there will be audience that requires more information before they would decide to register for an event or not. So if you need more information, I can point them to the landing page on ClickFunnels. The nature of a messenger platform is that we don't put in a lot of data if we don't put in a long text. Okay, we try to keep it as short as possible, keep it as conversational as possible. And each platform has its own strengths and weaknesses. And this is a multi city sequence that I have built. And an additional sequence that I did for allowing people to download a digital ticket. This is absolutely not necessary in the sense that you don't need to download any digital ticket to attend an IMF workshop. But why I'm doing this is because I wanted to create a user experience where they can get instant gratification. It's a whole different experience when you register for something and straight away you get something back in return to confirm that you are properly registered. Okay, this is on top of the email welcome message that I'm sending them. I just basically let them download a digital ticket and follow up by giving them an option to look at attendee bonuses as well as bringing a friend. So this is where I manage giving them an opportunity to bring a friend and register the friend as well. Okay, and this is the user experience that is unavailable on any other platform, including if you were to build everything in Messenger, Facebook Messenger itself. Facebook Messenger is pretty limited, but with the use of a third-party chatbot like ManyChat, I am able to extend the power of the messaging platform in this way. Okay, for instance, I can provide The first screen is on the left hand side. It's an additional image that just to brand it that this is an IM Freedom Workshop chatbot. And at the bottom is multi-button city selection. The next screen is not button, but it's a different implementation where I can provide a slide, a card-based city selection. Okay, and also the on the left hand side is how I present information with regards to every city that they have selected with an image of the city. It just gives a different level of user experience that is unavailable elsewhere. Okay, let's get a little bit deeper into how we can use a chatbot in your Facebook marketing as you create a campaign. Now, if you can remember when you create a campaign, usually the screen in the middle, usually we choose conversion. And conversion has proven to work really well as opposed to traffic and website. And brand awareness or engagement. Conversion is the recommended campaign objective in order to get results, okay, registrations. Now, if you look at the bottom in the middle column, there's a new thing that's called messages. So by selecting messages right now, we are creating a campaign which has messaging as an objective. Then we move on to the second stage, which is the ad set. Now, the way we manage ad set is the same as any other method. So it is not different at all. The difference part it will be the ad level when we create the ad creative. At the bottom, you can see this button set up messages. This is where you click to come to this screen where you enter the chatbot JSON script. Okay, as you can see, this last screen over here, this is new. This is brand new. I haven't even seen this before until yesterday when the screen captured this. Previously, it looks like this. It looks like this. Okay, it is within this section itself where I enter the script down here. But now Facebook has changed it to a pop-up like so. Okay, so know that Facebook keeps changing the ad manager. In fact, you don't even see Power Editor anymore. It has been integrated together with Ad Manager as Ad Manager. Okay, so what is messenger marketing? Messenger marketing is basically all about um, us doing something different because we are all trying to get the attention of the audience. When we do different things like carousel ads, single image ads, video ads, and things like that, it's all about trying to capture the attention of the audience because you know the the characteristics of people going through Facebook is they will scroll down, scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll as they skim through what is happening on the wall. We need to be able to create something, an ad, to stop them on their track, to capture their attention so that they will click on our ad. Okay, it's about standing out from the sea of noise because there's so many people in mob that's going on to Facebook ads. There's so many people doing the same thing and using the same headline, using the same body copy and things like that. So it becomes too generic. So why I am innovating using chatbots is a simple need or requirement to just stand out from the sea of noise, stand out from everyone else. Okay, and yeah, let me just share with you this little funny exchanges because when you are doing Facebook Messenger marketing, what you will experience will be some weird exchanges that is coming in. For instance, you can see that on the left hand side there's in Thai, right? The exchange is in Thai. Now I don't read Thai, but I can easily use Google Translate to translate that and know what the other person is talking about. But the strange thing is that when I put on an ad for Bangkok And I've specifically mentioned English as the language requirement, but somehow it is still able to reach people who doesn't really speak English. And basically they just reply to me in Thai. This also happens in Vietnam, in Philippines. The Philippines is not much of an issue because they speak English. Okay, and in India as well. So the second one is another funny one. This is a drunk person. And what happens is that he's basically talking nonsense. And I basically say, I'm sorry, I can't help you because I really don't understand what he's trying to ask me. At the end of it, he just say that he's sorry because he's drunk. And the last one is another undecided person who has pretty much decided that whatever I have is not what she is looking for, and she basically requested to unsubscribe. Okay, so the moment she unsubscribed, she didn't confirm to unsubscribe, but straight away she turned on subscription again. So you get funny exchanges like this. Okay, now let me show you my execution. What is it that I'm doing that is different from everyone else? This is a little bit complicated, so I'm not going to go through this. I will show you something a little bit more easier to digest, which is the screen itself. So what I started off with, Facebook ads. This is usual. Nothing special about the Facebook ads. From Facebook ads, when they click on the ad, they will go into my ClickFunnels opt-in page, right? Which is a capture page. Now, from this button over here, I'm not doing any pop-up to capture their information. I'm not even letting them select the timing and the venue and things like that, the dates of the workshop. What I'm doing is that I'm pointing them to a landing page that I created with ManyChat using the chatbot. And this chatbot is my registration bot. So from here, I captured that registration from within the chatbot. And from there, I will push them back to a thank you page on ClickFunnels. Why this is important for me to push them back to ClickFunnels is because I also wanted to do custom conversion tracking, pixel tracking. If you don't need to do that, I can basically skip this whole process over here. And from this thank you page, within this thank you page itself, I have integrated a button. Okay, this is the widget button from Chatbot. And from here, they can go into my download digital ticket chatbot. This is another automation. Okay, so from here, I have already captured all the data that I would ever need to finish up with the registration within ManyChat. And I'll use Zapier. Whoops. And I'll use Zapier to pull that data into my Google Sheet. And again, once it goes into my Google Sheet, I will use Zapier again to pull the necessary data into my autoresponder because I still need to use my autoresponder to handle a welcome message for them for now. Okay, so after that, what I'll do is I will collect the data available from within my Google Sheet to do a manual registration for the I Am Freedom event. Okay, so this is my previous implementation. And this is my latest advanced implementation. The difference is stark, as you can see. And let me just repeat what I've started off earlier on. The whole idea of me in trying to innovate with automation is just basically to cut down on the work that I needed to do, to automate my processes so that it makes my job easier. Okay, as you can see here, right now I have cut out ClickFunnels, and from my Facebook ads, it goes straight into my chatbot where it handles the registration. And from there, as the information is all captured, I will use Zapier to collect the data and put it into Google Sheet. And the same thing, it will go into my autoresponder as well. And from there, I will go into my back office and do bulk registration with the data I can capture from Google Sheet. Okay, so that's basically my latest flow right now. And let me just show you, this is my workshop funnel. This is something that I created myself. Again, when you first get started, don't worry about how your funnel looks like, because you will most probably be given an IMF funnel, especially if you are on mentorship. Okay, you will be given a very advanced IMF funnel. Use that first. Just customize on that. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, and please don't reinvent the wheel. Use what is proven to be working. Okay, it's just that I'm in a different stage where I need to um, like I say, stand out from the crowd. So I created my own funnel. All right. And it's easy for me. It's just because I'm good at technical stuff like this. I'm good at creative stuff like this. So it is easy for me. It's all about self audit again. Remember that? So this is the chatbot automated registration that I'm using right now. As you can see, it allows me to know which city they are selecting, and I can tag them to that specific city they have selected. And it also allows me to automatically capture the necessary information that I needed in order to complete the registration manually on the IM Freedom Workshop registration page, right? For instance, email, phone number, the event date, and the event timing. All right. And the good thing about using a chatbot is that it provides multi-level of notifications that it can tells me and updates me where each stage registration has been. When I first got started, basically um, I get notified on many level of things, but as I progress, then I get to learn what is important and what is not important. So I cut down on that notification, and I only get to be notified when a registration is completed. Okay, so like for instance, on the home page of the phone itself, mobile phone itself, I get notification. On messages itself, Facebook Messenger, I get notification. I even get an email notification as well. Okay, and the last screen is showing my reminder, and I can do a broadcast reminder from within ManyChat. So it's very easy. In fact, it is way easier for me to handle this than using Aweber or a texting platform like Twilio or any SMS platform out there. It's real easy. And I'm using mobile apps to manage everything, including Facebook ads, including the messages that is flowing through, and including creating content on my page, as you can see across the screen over here. Okay, so that's all. Let's take some Q&A.
Okay, well, thanks, Peter. That was an awesome training session. I learned a lot, and I'm sure everyone else did as well. So let's take some questions.
Yeah, before we get into the question, I just want to say add on a little bit more. This session is only about an hour plus, so it's not the type of training session where I can sit down and train anyone to use ManyChat from beginning to the end. It's not that type of training. It's more like an overview of what is possible, and learning the possibility and the power of messenger marketing. So that's to put things into perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I know from my experience that it can be very complex. So,
Oh yeah. And if
all right. So,
if you say it's complex, it's going to be even 10 times more complex for most people. Right.
yeah, I mean, I found it's important just to like model perhaps on a piece of paper or something to understand the flow, like a
Yeah.
diagram.
Yes.
Okay, so if anyone's got any questions, please post them in the box there. So there's one from a while back, which I've spotted, so I'll ask that now to Peter.
Okay.
So Breezy is asking, are your flows modeled off anything provided by Mob, or did you make them all yourself?
Mob doesn't provide anything in terms of messenger marketing. I basically tested and created everything myself.
Right, yeah.
If you were to do a mentorship, what you probably will learn is Facebook ads. You will learn we sell good traffic, and you may learn a little bit about MTDB funnels that you can use either Facebook ads or solar ads on, but not messenger marketing.
All right, the next question is, how do you suggest we learn how to use ManyChat, or is there a less technical chat bot to help with that?
YouTube, or you can go to ManyChat. Or you can go to ManyChat, and ManyChat actually provides a lot of training videos, or any other of the platforms that I have mentioned before. All those chatbots platforms do provide training videos. Okay, so you just need to learn the basics, and then you need to start thinking about how to implement all those basic skill set into creating something that is specific for MOB, for an IMF event, or for MTTB. I haven't created anything for MTTB yet. I'm basically concentrating on IMF for now, but that's something that I'm looking into moving forward.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so everyone...
Another extension to that is maybe one of these days, me and David may come up with a course on this, which is specific to IMF, right, David?
Yeah, we
Yes,
could do,
course.
yeah. Yeah, so everyone, what you could do is, like ManyChat, there's quite a few platforms out there. ManyChat is one of the biggest and I think the best. That's the one I've used. And they have a lot of training on their website. Their training's all on YouTube. And the pro version, which is better to use, that's $10 a month. So it's not going to break the budget really. And then to start creating a chat bot for I Am Freedom, you just need to go, or same for the 21 steps, just go through, if you were registering, what on a bot yourself, what would you have to do? You would have to, select the session you want. You'd have to provide your name, email, phone number. If you want to ask any questions, you need a way to ask that. So you can kind of work backwards from that and then create something which works. Right. Okay, so another question, is there any specific functional reason you use MailChimp over Aweber?
Well, I started with Aweber. I was trained by my mentor on Aweber, but somehow I don't really quite like Aweber because of the reasons that I mentioned before, which is hard to do segmenting and tagging and grouping. But it's also one of the easiest platform to learn how to get started. So start with that if you're new. It's just that as we grow, you know what your needs are. Tagging, grouping, segmenting is very important to me because it makes my job a lot easier. Right now with Aweber, it's very difficult for me to segregate people who has attended, people who did not show up, people who attended who bought and who did not buy, and things like that, because I need to customize different messages for them. So now I'm having a problem of creating emails manually on my own email. So I cannot do broadcast, because if I do broadcast, it goes out to everyone. I'm just having problem with segmenting and tagging. MailChimp allows me to do that easier. It is also a more fun platform to be with, to be on. But do take note that MailChimp is a little bit stricter in terms of they're not very friendly if you are a network marketing company or an opportunity company or things like that. So I made sure that my messages within MailChimp is different from Aweber. That means I don't sell. That means I don't share my affiliate links. It's just a different. I have found a
Right.
different way to communicate with my list, and I don't rely on my email marketing. So I just use this as a platform just to say hi, for them to get to know me. I share my story and things like that. That's that platform. I don't sell at all using email marketing. So what I do is that I
Right.
get them to join my group. That's where I provide value. So you will find your own
So
platform
that's a
in terms
Facebook
of
group.
Aweber. Facebook group, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I say, as a start,
Okay.
just learn the basic Aweber, and then as you go on, as you begin to learn how to do this right, then you can try other platforms like Get Response or Mailchimp or whatever not, and you will see which one you like.
Yep. Okay. So Sandy is asking, are the advertising costs similar to other Facebook ads?
Oh no, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Facebook ads.
And why do
Facebook ads as conversion. If you don't realize by now, conversion campaigns for IMF live events is getting a lot of super expensive, and the competition is really really high because a lot more consultants are doing Facebook ads, conversion ads, and because more people are getting into the game, the cost goes up and the registration goes down. That's the way it is. So this is new. Messenger is new, and I can get a lower cost from that.
Yeah. Okay. And so we've been going for an hour. So one final question, which you kind of answered anyway, but it is when someone asks a question that's not part of the predicted flow, how are you notified so you can jump in to address it?
If you remember what I've shown you, let me just go show you my slides again. 1 second.
Yep.
This one. Okay, if you look at this slide, I have this specific app called Facebook page. Now this Facebook page, if you look at the middle screen with the blue color over here, it actually shows all the conversation that is happening. Of course, you can also monitor that in ManyChat itself. I will show you now here. Okay, so you can actually monitor them. All the conversation, you can just select the people and the conversations you can see here. You can monitor that here. But if it also flows into my app here, and at any time I can just monitor. I actually read what people are saying. So if there's a question that comes in that is not following my flow, I will just jump in and provide an answer.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's quite apparent if someone's asked a question. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Peter. It's been a very valuable training, and this will get quite a lot of views, I think, in the replay section. So yeah, thanks very much. And
You're most welcome.
everyone, this replay should be, yeah, thanks. This replay should be up in a few days' time. So yeah, look out for it then and tell your friends as well. All right. Thanks, everyone, and bye.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Bye-bye. Have a great day.